Picture this. Manhattan is being swallowed by pure darkness. Skyscrapers are crumbling, helicopters are falling from the sky, and people are literally turning into shadows before your eyes. In the middle of this apocalyptic nightmare, a ragtag team of anti-heroes stands as humanity's last hope against a cosmic force that wants to erase reality itself. But how did we get here? How did a simple cleanup mission turn into a battle for the very fabric of existence? Well, that's exactly what we're about to find out. But first, if you love deep dives into the latest movies, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Alright, let's rewind and start from the beginning. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down Marvel's Thunderbolts, a movie that proves sometimes the best heroes are the ones who never wanted to be heroes in the first place. This isn't your typical superhero story. We're diving into a tale where trust is a luxury nobody can afford, where the line between hero and villain gets blurred beyond recognition, and where saving the world might just require embracing the darkness within. So buckle up, because we're about to explore how a group of misfits and outcasts became the most unlikely saviors in Marvel history. Let's dive in. Our story kicks off with Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, let's call her Val, facing some serious heat. We're talking congressional investigations, potential impeachment proceedings, all because of her shady dealings with Oxer Corporation, a weapons manufacturer that's been up to some very questionable activities. Now, instead of laying low like any rational person would, Val decides the best way to handle this situation is to eliminate anyone who could potentially testify against her. And that's where our story really begins. Val separately dispatches 4 individuals on what appears to be a straightforward cleanup mission. First, there's Yelena Belova, the Black Widow with serious trust issues and combat skills that could make a Navy SEAL jealous. Then we have John Walker, the US agent, still trying to prove he's worthy of carrying that shield after his rocky debut as Captain America's replacement. Next is Antonia Dreykov, the Taskmaster, who can mimic any fighting style just by observing it once. And finally, Ava Starr, better known as Ghost, whose phasing abilities are literally killing her. Talk about a superpower with a serious downside. These 4 are sent to what's described as an Aux-E secret vault with a simple mission: destroy some incriminating evidence that could link Val to the corporation's illegal activities. But here's the thing about Val. She's not just interested in destroying evidence. She wants to destroy the people who could testify about that evidence. And unfortunately for our protagonists, they fall squarely into that category. In what can only be described as a shocking turn of events, Ghost kills Taskmaster. It's brutal, sudden, and it immediately makes everyone realize that this mission is not what it appeared to be. Just as the team is processing what just happened, a man emerges from seemingly nowhere. He calls himself Bob, and he appears confused, disoriented, and frankly, pretty harmless. But there's something about Bob that immediately sets everyone on edge. Something that suggests there's much more to this guy than meets the eye. As the remaining team members, Yelena, John, and Ava, try to figure out what's going on, they make a horrifying discovery. Val's real plan wasn't just to have them destroy evidence. Her intention was to have them destroy the evidence and then eliminate them along with it. They were never meant to leave this facility alive. The realization hits them like a freight train. They've been set up. This entire mission was an elaborate execution disguised as a cleanup operation. Val wanted to tie up all her loose ends in one fell swoop, and they were the biggest loose ends of all. Now, with Taskmaster dead and their true situation becoming clear, the surviving team members have to make a choice. They can try to escape and save themselves, or they can figure out what Bob's role in all of this is and why Val was so interested in this particular facility. What they discover is that Bob isn't just some random person who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's actually the sole survivor of something called the Sentry project, a human experimentation program that Ox has been running. And if that wasn't concerning enough, there's something about Bob that suggests his powers operate on a completely different level than anything they've encountered before. Meanwhile, back in the outside world, Alexei Shostakov, the Red Guardian, accidentally overhears Val's conspiracy. Think of him as Russian Captain America, but older, with a dad bod and a tendency to talk about his glory days a little too much. When he realizes what Val is planning, he immediately rushes to the scene to help extract the 3 survivors. This is where we see the first real moment of teamwork among these characters. Despite their individual issues and the trauma they've just experienced, they work together to escape the facility with Bob in tow. It's not pretty, it's not polished, but it gets the job done. But while they're dealing with their immediate survival, there are larger forces at play. Congressman Bucky Barnes, yes, the former Winter Soldier, who's now serving in government, has been quietly collecting evidence against Val. When he learns about the Sentry project and Bob's connection to it, he realizes the true scope of what they're dealing with. Bucky initially tries to apprehend the newly formed Thunderbolts, thinking he can use them as witnesses in the congressional hearings against Val. But when he discovers the full extent of what Val is planning with Bob, he makes a decision that defines his character arc. Having been used as a weapon himself during his time as the Winter Soldier, he can't stand by and watch the same thing happen to someone else. So Bucky switches sides, and now we have our full team assembled. Yelena, John, Ava, Red Guardian, and Bucky, all united in their determination to stop Val and protect Bob from whatever she has planned for him. The team decides to take the fight directly to Val, and that means heading to New York City, specifically to what used to be the Avengers Tower. But it's not the symbol of hope it once was. Val has purchased the building and renamed it the Watchtower, turning it into her personal headquarters and laboratory. The Thunderbolts storm into the building, but then something unexpected happens. Just as they're prepared to battle their way through Val's security forces, the attacks suddenly stop. It's an eerie moment. They're standing in this imposing building, weapons ready, adrenaline pumping, and then nothing. No resistance, no guards rushing to stop them, just an unsettling silence. Realizing they have little choice but to continue, the team makes their way to the elevators. The moment the elevator doors open, there's this heavy silence that fills the air. Val stands there with a satisfied smile, like someone who's just won a chess game that's been going on for months. And floating beside her is Bob. Except it's not really Bob anymore. This is the Sentry, and the transformation is both magnificent and terrifying. "Welcome," Val says, her voice dripping with false hospitality. "I was wondering when you'd finally make it up here. I have to say, I'm impressed you made it this far, but I'm afraid this is where your little rescue mission ends." The Thunderbolts spread out slightly, instinctively taking defensive positions, but you can see the uncertainty in their eyes. This isn't the Bob they rescued from the vault. This is something else entirely, a being radiating power that makes the air itself seem to vibrate with energy. Yelena steps forward, her voice steady despite the impossible situation. "Bob, it's us. We came to get you out of here." But when the Sentry turns to look at them, there's no recognition in his golden eyes. No warmth, no confusion, no trace of the vulnerable man they tried to protect. That's when John Walker steps forward, his shield raised. "We're not leaving without him." "Oh, but you are," Val replies, and with just a gesture, she gives the Sentry his orders. What happens next is a masterclass in showing just how outmatched our heroes really are. The Sentry doesn't just defeat the Thunderbolts, he demolishes them with an efficiency that's both terrifying and almost casual. We're talking about a being with cosmic-level powers going up against people who, while skilled and enhanced, are still fundamentally operating on a human scale. Yelena's Black Widow training and combat expertise? Completely useless against someone who can move faster than the human eye can track. John Walker's shield and super soldier abilities? like bringing a knife to a nuclear war. Bucky's decades of combat experience? Irrelevant when your opponent can literally fly and shoot energy beams from his eyes. The fight, if you can even call it that, is over in minutes. The Thunderbolts are scattered across the floor, battered and beaten, while the Sentry hovers above them, completely unharmed and barely even breathing hard. But then, something unexpected happens. As Val is savoring her victory, the Sentry begins to speak, and his words aren't what she's expecting to hear. "Why should I take orders from you?" he asks, his voice carrying a power that makes the windows rattle. "I am beyond human concerns. I am beyond human authority." Val's confident expression falters for just a moment. "Sentry, you will follow your programming. You will." "I am not the program," the Sentry interrupts, and now there's something dangerous in his tone. "I am a god, and gods do not serve mortals." Val realizes her perfect weapon is slipping from her control, and she desperately reaches for some kind of emergency device, a kill switch designed to shut down the Sentry if things go wrong. But the Sentry sees her move, and faster than thought, he grabs her by the throat. Fortunately for Val, her assistant Mel manages to activate the emergency shutdown protocol from a hidden control panel. The Sentry's eyes suddenly go wide, his body convulses, and he collapses to the floor, his golden suit flickering and dimming. But here's the thing about trying to forcibly shut down something as powerful as the Sentry. You don't just turn off the good parts, you accidentally wake up the dark side. And the Sentry's dark side has a name that strikes fear into anyone who knows cosmic-level threats: the Void. What emerges from the Sentry's collapsed form isn't just darkness, it's the absence of everything. The Void manifests as this swirling black storm that begins to pour out of the building and engulf Manhattan's skyline. And this is where we circle back to our opening scene. Helicopters falling from the sky, construction cranes toppling over, and civilians running in absolute terror as reality itself seems to be unraveling around them. The Thunderbolts, battered and beaten as they are, realize that they can't just run away from this. If they don't find a way to stop the Void here and now, it won't just destroy New York, it'll keep spreading until there's nothing left of reality itself. This is where the movie gets really creative with its approach to the final battle. Yelena, despite her injuries, realizes that the only way to reach Bob and stop the Void is to fight it from the inside. So she makes the ultimate sacrifice, I'll die sacrifice. She walks directly into the darkness, allowing herself to be turned into a shadow so that her consciousness can enter Bob's psychological landscape. Inside Bob's mind, she discovers a nightmarish realm filled with traumatic memories and distorted reflections. She has to navigate through Bob's worst experiences, his abusive childhood, his struggles with addiction, his exploitation by Ox Corporation, while also confronting her own demons and traumatic memories from the Red Room. The rest of the team makes the same choice, one by one, walking into the Void to join Yelena in this psychological battle. They traverse Bob's mental landscape, eventually reaching the core memory of his transformation into the Sentry, the moment when everything went wrong and the Void was first awakened. In this memory space, they encounter the Void in its purest form, and it quickly becomes clear that they are completely outmatched on this battlefield as well. The Void defeats them easily, and it seems like it's about to completely consume Bob's consciousness and take permanent control. But then, in the crucial moment, the Thunderbolts do something that changes everything. Instead of trying to fight the Void with force or strategy, they express their trust in Bob. They tell him that they believe in him, that his life has meaning, and that he has the strength to regain control. He absorbs the Void back into himself, restoring the balance between light and dark within his psyche. Back in the real world, New York City is restored, and all the people who were turned into shadows return to normal. Just when you think the story is over and justice will finally be served, Val pulls one last move that's both brilliant and absolutely infuriating. Instead of facing the consequences of her actions, she calls a press conference and presents the Thunderbolts to the world as the new Avengers. And that's Thunderbolts, a chaotic, emotional, and surprisingly deep entry in the Marvel Universe that proves sometimes the most unlikely people can become the heroes we need. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more breakdowns like this one.